Hey guys, it's Marissa. We're live. I'm just coloring. I decided that this designer series paper is just too gorgeous not to use. So I did my treat today. This is the little treat bag that we're going to make with this Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. But the backside is just so gorgeous. So I think I bit off more than I can chew. I started coloring the backside of this one, and we're going to use the colored piece for our next bag. I couldn't let the gold foil side not have its day in the sunshine, but I thought for this bag it might be prettier if I added a little color. So I'm adding a little color, all right. This is the new Ornate Gardens Specialty Designer Series paper. I'm coloring with the Stampin blends, and I'll tell you right now on the Designer Series paper, the ink definitely spreads more than you might expect it to. So keep that in mind if you're gonna color the Designer Series paper. You wanna keep that in mind as you're selecting your colors and such. Let's see here. I think we're gonna do another darker one here. So I'm just gonna color in, and I'm not going all the way to the edges on this because the foil doesn't absorb the ink. So it'll kind of spread the ink a little further as you go over that non-porous part, and this paper is really super absorbent. So don't go all the way to the edge if you're gonna color these in with blends. I love that I can. I like to color. You guys like to color? I started before you guys got here because it's a big job. But I just love the versatility of this new paper pack. You don't have to color it in the Ornate Garden colors. I'm using the Ornate Garden color palette because I've already determined the design of my box. So I need to stick with that color palette, but you could definitely take this gold side and bring in, blues and purples and really make this Designer Series paper pack your own. It gives it even more versatility. You get a full package of this Designer Series paper in the Honeybees Sweet Treats class. So you could definitely make it look a little different by doing a completely different color palette. I think we're pretty good here. I think everything's got some color. My leaves are light old olive, and my spaces between the flowers are light soft seafoam. That's it. We colored it. All right, now let's go ahead, pull this aside. Let me show you one more time. All right, so this is our treat box for today. So Ornate Gardens Designer Series paper. It is, look at that, it is 6.5 by 5 1/4. This is the original piece of Designer Series paper, but we're going to use the other side, the one that we just finished coloring. And we're going to make a cute little treat bag. The treat bag holds 2 Ghirardelli squares. All right. So I'm going to grab my Simply Scored tool, and we're going to pop this guy in. Now, first thing I want to do is determine if my pattern is directional at all. So I'm going to score the bottom of the box at 3/4, and I think I want this to be the bottom of my box and this to be the top. Let me see. No, maybe the other way around. Maybe this will be the bottom of my box. Okay, so if you've got a directional paper, you want that up at this point. You're going to score at 2 1/4, 3, 5 1/4, and then 6, right? 5 1/4, and then 6. This will be on the project sheet for you. Sometimes I even need the project sheet. Then you want to rotate to the right one. So if your pattern is directional, now that direction is off to your right, and then you're going to score at 3/4. Okay? And let's work our score lines with the bone folder. And we're gonna have a completely different looking bag this time. Look at that gold foil. I couldn't let that go to the inside of the box both times. It had to go to the outside. All right, so we've worked all of our score lines. Now we gotta trim out the excess. I need a pair of scissors here. All right, so this little dude right here, you're looking for this corner with the two squares. So you've got the bottom of your box down. This is your glue tab. You're gonna cut out this very last little square and then bevel your glue tab. Wait, it's hard to see that angle. I think I got it. Then at the bottom, you're gonna cut each of these score lines out, just a little dart, and stop at the intersecting score line. All right, there. Now we've got the tabs for the bottom of our box, or it's really a bag, a little gift bag. All right, let's see here. Carol says, what did I use to make the little white flower? That is the small bloom punch. It's gonna be back in the next catalog, so never fear. You can order that starting in June. Well, if you're a demonstrator, you might be able to order it sooner. I can't wait to see what's in our pre-order. Our pre-order is starts May 5th. All right, so we've got glue tab all the way down the front side. Now, this is the front of our box, see, because there will be no seams. So since this is the front, we're gonna lift up the bottom tab and we're gonna put some adhesive on the bottom tab. So there's your adhesive for this little bag. Now, we can go ahead and release. And I find that it's pretty easy. If you want to assemble your bag flat, you can just bring the first score on your right, this largest panel, all the way in and line it up to the first score on your left. So just kind of corner to corner, make sure it's nice and straight. And then once you got that, you can burnish. Don't adhere that down yet. Now tabs in from the back to the front, from the front to the back, and then you're gonna squish the sides. So there's our little bag. I want a handle on my bag, so I'm gonna use a 1-inch circle punch. 1-inch circle punch. It's retiring, so if you don't have one in your arsenal, pick one up. We're gonna go in to the bag and we're gonna center right to left. So you want to make sure that you have an equal amount of bag on either side. And then you also want to make sure that you've got about, you can see how far your paper is into the punch. You want to make sure you've got about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch across the top. When you got your punch where you like it, you can go through the entire bag. Look at those pretty little circles. They might need to find their way on a project. Here are our Ghirardelli squares. It fits 2. Of course, you could do some other things in here, whatever you like. Little tea bags should fit. If you find something really awesome that fits in this treat bag, please say, I want to hear. We're going to use this scallop linen ribbon, terracotta tile. We'll tie our little handles closed. Look how different this project is looking already. Same piece of paper, just other side, colored with Stampin' blends. What do you guys think of that? I'm going to just tie a big loopy bow right off the spool here. You can see that we've got maybe 8 inches or so, and we've got it backside up. We're going to make our loop with the correct side of the ribbon, no twisting, do you see? Then we'll bring the other side over. This is the only place the back side of our ribbon is going to show. This is how you tie a single-faced ribbon into a bow. Then when you tuck this one through where you were holding space, do you see it's back to the right side? So now you've got your tail and loops with the correct side facing forward. You're going to finesse this, pull it nice and tight, get the loops the size that you want. Then the last thing you'll do is turn that opposite tail and then give a pull. Now you've got a single-faced ribbon in a nice big bow. Let me find a pair of ribbon scissors, trim it away from the spool, and then because you tie right off of the spool, that's all the waste there is. Awesome. So let's do some stamping really quick. We've got some easy stamping from our Honeybee bundle. Get this dude while supplies last. We've got the detail bee dies, and somewhere in my mess I have the Honeybee stamp set. We're going to stamp with soft suede ink, and I have to say I did not check this morning to see if my leaf punch, which is retiring, was still in stock. I know I got some demonstrators who watch. Is my leaf punch still in stock? I don't know what I'm going to do without this. We're going to punch a pair of pizzazz with the leaf punch. I've got a little tag here from Ornate Frames. This little dude is from the Ornate Frames dies. Look at mine, what a mess. It's a great die set. We're going to use this long skinny tag. And I cut it from crumb cake ahead of time. We're going to stamp that with thank you. And both the bee and thank you are from our Honeybee bundle. This was on stop sale for, I don't know, 6 weeks or something like that. And it's back in stock right now. So if you like the looks of this, you'll want to pick it up before it sells out. I need my big bee. We're going to die cut our soft suede bee. And ahead of time, I did this little honeycomb piece. Love this part of the die set. This just gives so much texture to any project. Cuts out a little segment of honeycomb, and then the little hexagons are all free. So these are awesome for decorating your projects. So I did that one ahead of time. Let me die cut out this bee that we just stamped. Zoom. Bring in my big shot without tripping on my cart. When you're doing the Stampin' Up! Dies, you want to make sure that your image is completely surrounded by that die. The inner edge of the die will touch the image. And if you see a white space, then you need to adjust the placement of your die. So we got our little bee dude, pop him out. I'm die cutting and then I'll color because I'm really giving my soft suede ink a little extra time to dry, because we are going to touch our bee with some Stampin' blends, and the classic Stampin' pads are not non-reactive ink. So give them a little extra time to dry, and then hit it with the light so saffron, and be careful. Try not to pick up too much of the ink because you can blur the lines there. But I thought it was really important for the look of this project that we used brown ink instead of Memento Tuxedo Black. So I just did a little bit of light and dark, so saffron. Where's my scrap from the bee? Because we need that. We're about to grab the small bloom punch. This was a celebration item that will be available for purchase in the new 2020-2021 annual catalog. I love this for details, and it is perfectly paired with that leaf punch. So if you don't already own the leaf punch, you'll want to grab that one before it's gone. It's the perfect size and complement to the small bloom punch. I need a Stampin' Pierce mat and a take your pick tool. Let's make our little flower here. So what I'm going to do with my flower, I'm going to put it on the Stampin' Pierce mat and press with the cap end of the take your pick tool. And now we've got a perfectly cupped little flower. Then we need some mini dimensionals here. Let's see what I got. I've got lots of big ones. Where's my minis? Here's some minis. Put a mini dimensional in the center of the bottom layer. And then add the top layer so that the petals alternate. Let's see that. And then I need my scissors again. We're going to add a little half a dimensional to the center. And then I cut this little 1/4" circle with a handheld 1/4" circle punch. I've got a little Fiskars one. You can pick them up on Amazon if you don't already have one. And there's our flower. Pretty cute, huh? Let's grab our leaf. I need a little multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're going to put a little multi-purpose liquid glue right here on the stem of the leaf, and then the flower right on there. Now that's all one piece. So I have got a honeybee class. It's a honeybee sweet treats class, and I have an ordering special this weekend. So if you are interested in taking the honeybee sweet treats class, I'll show you the projects as soon as we're done with this one. I am going to send you a kit for this project also. So it's a 5-project class, but I'm going to send you a 6th project if you order it and pay this weekend. So let me show you my little circle here, Whisper White Circle. It's a 1 7/8 from Stitched Shapes. And I cut a head from Soft Suede. This is the Starburst punch. Let's glue those guys together. Here we go. I'm just going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue. Glue that guy flat. And then center. I like the multi-purpose liquid glue because when you miss center, you can kind of squeeze it back. And then multi-purpose liquid glue to the bag. Burnish that guy down. Now, this little piece is very delicate. It's going to have some things that overlap it, so you don't need a lot of glue here. Really, less is more. Take your time, barely squeeze the bottle, and then just touch all around in different areas on the back of this. It does not take a lot of glue at all to hold it down. You're going to glue it on, and then the next thing you're going to do is glue this tag right over the top. So don't over glue. You'll make a big mess, and just the tiniest dab will do. Now for my sentiment, I want more dimensionals. The more the merrier on a project. I like lots of dimensionals, and I'm going to put a little dimensional on this leaf here too, and some multi-purpose liquid glue here. All right, so peel this guy, and I'm going to set this guy aside for just a minute, and then peel this guy. We're going to stick this thank you so that you just see the little stitches at the bottom of the bag, or at the bottom of the circle. See that? Then this guy comes in. We don't want to cover our greeting. Multi-purpose liquid glue, and then the dimensional there. Now, these little octagons, I love these guys. They add such nice texture to your project. Hold on to those because they will add such a pretty touch. I need some half dimensionals to put them on, so we're just gonna cut a strip off here and add a half a dimensional on the back. I don't know what we've got, 4 of them on the original project, so let's see. We'll do 4 to start with. I like to just space them out a little bit so that they're not right next to each other. That one is already sticky, so let's go ahead and put that one, tuck under the greeting. All right. I love this die. Such a pretty little delicate shape. All right, and then our bee, let's just gently fold up his wings just a little bit. And we'll put a couple of mini dimensionals on his body. Chances she uses half dimensionals instead of the minis. And you know, you're not alone. A lot of people use just Stampin' dimensionals and they cut them to whatever size they need. It's definitely, I mean, you can cut the big ones littler. You can't cut the little ones bigger. You know what I'm saying? So you're not alone. I'm going to take this guy out. I know that's crazy, but I'm going to put on my bee, and he's going to kind of cover that. So what I want to do is move this little guy closer to my flower. Did you see I just tore it apart. No big deal. No big deal. I like that better. Now, my sentiment's a little uphill. Everybody close your eyes for a minute because I'm just going to kind of tear and twist. There. So cute. Look at how different they look with the different papers. All right, last touch. Here is the brand new Gilded Gems. These are bold. I'll tell you that. They are bold. They are blingy and they are big, but they're growing on me. The more I use them, the more I like them. I like the little touch that they make. So I'll put one off the side of my flower, get one of these big guys, and by big, I mean, it's pretty honking. But the faceted sides really works with the hexagon shape, and the color is awesome, and the sparkle is so much fun. So dress it up with a little sparkle, matches the gold in our designer series paper. Whoa, isn't that fabulous? All right, so that is our project, our little treat bag here. Now let me show you the Honeybee Sweet Treats class. So you will get, if you register for the class, you have to email me for a link. The class is $45 with a full package of the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper, a full package of the Gilded Gems, and a full package of the scallop ribbon. You get 5 kits to make 5 projects, a little tea tote, candy box. I haven't showed you guys this one. Candy box pops open, pops closed. The little honey sticks. This is project number 4. And then project number 5 is a long skinny. Where am I going to put this guy? This is project number 5. This little box is a pen box. The pen is included. And your honey sticks, your little dipper is included. Full package of designer series paper. We're going to cut it to 6 by 12 if you need it shipped to you. If you do pick up, we can leave it 12 by 12. And then I'm also going to throw in a kit for the gift bag if you order and pay this weekend. So $45 makes one of every project that you see here. You get a full product of the ribbon, a full product of the designer series paper, a full product of the Gilded Gems. If you need to add the bundle, if you don't already have the Honeybee bundle and you want to add the Honeybee bundle, then your class is $95, and that'll add the Honeybee bundle. All right. So if you guys have any questions about the offer or the class, let me know. Registration is open through the 8th of May. And then, but if you order this weekend, I'll throw in an extra kit for this little project. All right, you guys, let me get these out of here. Email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com to register for the class, or if you've got questions about the project. And get this guy back in here. Here's today's project. This will be on the blog today for you. I'll have the project sheet and everything on the blog. All right, you guys, I am off to get a project sheet done for you. Thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.